let's review what we learned about user research. In the last module, I encouraged you to go out and observe people as they ordered pizza from start to finish so that you could understand the process and some of the problems they may encounter. Now, your own observations may vary, but for the sake of illustration, let me tell you what I did. Since the business identified they want to appeal to younger audience, I went out and observed 5 younger people as they ordered pizzas from start to finish. I took note of what worked for them and what some of the pain points were. As I observed them, I took notes, and then I put these notes onto my empathy map. For example, what matters most to them? What's their environment like? What are the current tasks? And what are their friends and influencers saying? For example, I learned that reviews are very important and that most people won't even consider a new restaurant without reading the reviews first. As for some of the pains, I learned that when they order a pizza, they really hate searching around for cash. And they find it frustrating to try to figure out how much to tip the driver. What worked for them were that they really like the restaurant's specialty menu, and they really like apps where payment is made easy. So I took these observations and I put them into this archetype worksheet. For example, to distill down all my observations about why they would use the product, an example could be to make their life easier. The behaviors and environments could be summarized as a lazy Friday at home. The goals, needs, and motivations I'd summarize as get me food as quickly as possible. And as for all the people I observed, I distilled them into this archetype statement that the user is a hungry person who wants to order pizza with very little effort. Let me summarize the user goals based on what I observed. Before they order pizza, they use reviews to know if it's a quality establishment. During the pizza ordering process, I noticed that they really like the specialty menu and they like to see a good selection of toppings. When the pizza arrives, they want to pay without searching around for cash, and they don't want to worry about how much to tip. So now we can complete the strategy document with the business goals and the user goals and fill out the archetype statement. Armed with this kind of knowledge, now we can really begin to build an app that will be useful and usable for users. But how do we communicate how the whole thing works? For example, my previous idea of shaking the phone to get random toppings doesn't make any sense in view of the fact that these are hungry people who are in a hurry to get a pizza and they want to expend very little effort. I'm going to revise my approach to this app, and I'm really going to focus on the user goals. In order to communicate how the whole thing works, we need to look at the big picture.